Good afternoon, dear community of Kyiv Medical University. Students from other universities of Ukraine, their parents, and everyone who is watching us today. It is a pleasure to spend these couple hours with you. I hope that all of us will get an extraordinary experience today and responses to all of your questions. Considering the variety of questions and categories of students, we'll try our best to address questions with which each category has. As of now, over 5,000 students from other universities of Ukraine have applied to continue their studies at KMU Polish Campus in offline format. They are students of various specialties such as medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, various years of studies, various countries and backgrounds. Lots of students from KMU are also watching this stream today. So, hello. So we will try our best to address all the questions. First, let me introduce myself for those ones who see me for the first time. I'm an orthopedist or traumatologist, but my life turned out so that I headed a family business, Kyiv Medical University, which was founded in 1992 by a group of enthusiasts led by my father. They were driven by one goal: to train doctors of the new generation. Now our team takes care of it. This succession is the foundation of our business. A few words about me. Quite early I have realized that I am interested in medical education. And this is not surprising because my father is the founder of the first private medical university in the former Soviet Union. After completing my orthopedic residency, I studied in the US and Europe. You see, during my study abroad, which lasted 4 years, I was able to look at management from different points of view, study it in different schools, have access to hundreds of sources of information. So I got a fundamentally different experience than my colleagues who studied only in Ukraine. And I think that is why I am always try to look for non-standard solution. This is reflected in my approach to business. My team and I are constantly looking for and implementing innovations. So who am I? I'm part of the KMU team. Our great team has the opportunity to attract more and more people, forming a new generation of doctors, dentists, pharmacists who adhere to humanism, medical ethics and patient safety. It is very important for me to be part of this team because every day I can outreach to a huge number of people. Today I have the opportunity to communicate with you in online format for now, but very soon we see each other in offline format at KMU Polish Campus. I would like to ask you to watch a video of our facilities which we created in the main campus of Kyiv. That is the result of hard and consistent work of our team during the last 5 years, which allowed us renovating over 10,000 of square meters of learning facilities, clinical campus, pharmaceutical and chemical laboratories, university dental clinic with over 40 dental units. By doing that, we created very modern and comfortable environment, allowing students to do their things in its own way. Last 5 years we have been preparing for KMU's 30th anniversary, which we are celebrating this year. Kindly take a look because the same quality is awaiting for you here in Poland. Dear friends, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Tell the truth, when I and my teammates, my crew watching this video, we are really missing Kiev, we really miss Ukraine. But I'm sure we will come back soon. Just for your information, the study process in Ukraine is still going on in the format which is possible while arranging the study process. Of course, it's going to be a mixed format with elements of study in class, in hospitals, with elements of distance learning, of course. We are, as I mentioned, our crew is very innovative and enthusiastic, and from the first days of the war, of the aggression which Russian started against Ukraine, our team was looking for the opportunities to provide qualitative and safe study environment for our students, for faculty members. Considering that we work in medical university, and one of our mottos, we trust in evidence-based medicine. We even done some research what other countries, what administrations of universities in other countries where the war is going, or they had a war in the past, what medical universities have done. And the only solution which we found is relocation, whether it is relocation within the country or relocation to another country. We decided that relocation to Poland is going to be the best solution. We considered many options, but tell you the truth, because we are cooperating with lots of various institutions in Poland and Silesia region, mostly. That's Silesia is one of the regions within Poland. It's one of the most beautiful, I would say, and most, according to statistic, according to GDP per capita, is the most rich region. Which has lots of things to offer of course, we're interested in medical education for students and for teachers. Here we have leading institution, healthcare facilities, lots of industry, heavy industry as well, but at the same time very well developed infrastructure of roads, public transportation, social places, and so on. Why we have selected Silesia and specifically Katowice agglomeration? Here, as I mentioned, we are cooperating with a number of hospitals as well as universities and with the support of those partners we had, as well as with the support of new partners, which including municipalities of various cities, heads of hospitals, a number of higher educational institutions. It allowed us to of course, Ministry of Education and Science of Poland, as well as Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine. It allowed us to arrange this relocation of our part of our community. We divided this relocation in several stages. The first stage is arranging of summer clinical practice in clinical clerkship in Poland, and that allowed us to bring here to the safe environment around 300 specialists, young students, future doctors. And the second stage would be, of course, offline training in Poland. So I would like you to meet one of our brilliant teachers, professors. She's from Kharkiv, Olga Avilaba. She's professor in anatomy, and she's very much have been involved in our previous work in Ukraine, and she's very much involved here in Poland. So let's meet Olga.
Hello everyone. My name is Olga Avilaba. I'm a doctor pathologist and anatomist, and also a member of Truly Organon Scientific Advisory Board, as well as a member of American Association for Anatomy. And being a part of academic consortium, I have participated in accreditation of Kharkiv Institute of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. And I'm very happy to see that our Ukrainian Kyiv Medical University team have arranged offline classes for you here in Poland. I'm very pleased to see their dedication and determination to medical sciences and to providing qualitative education for Ukrainian and English-speaking students. And I want to highlight that they always progress, they always evolve, and even in such unprecedented circumstances of war, they are doing their best to provide high qualitative education for their students. And I'm very delighted to be here and participate in summer traineeship here in Poland, and to give engaging anatomy and clinical anatomy workshops for different academic courses.
That's me again, always yours, Dr. Pokanevich Alexander. So the next person whom I would like to invite is our prominent student from Turkey. His name is Can Kutay. So he would be able to talk more about his experience while being in Poland and participating in clinical clerkship.
Hello everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Can Kutay. I'm a medical student, fourth year student of Kyiv Medical University, and I'm from Turkey. I would like to give you some information about the clerkship and in hospital training, because it was a wonderful experience for me. As you know, textbook information is really important to get the course and get the basics so you can treat your patients. We all know that. But seeing patients in real life, seeing how physicians treat them in a hospital setting is a completely different and new experience. And I think it will be really helpful for you, just as it was helpful for me. I believe most of you guys study really hard, but when you study, most of the time, we're alone. That's why you might think that's how things work in a medical field. On the contrary, everybody has to gather around and work as a team in a hospital setting. And it's wonderful. In a hospital, you get to see how the nurses interact with physicians, how they ease the workload of the physicians, how helpful they are. You also get to see that even the most experienced physicians gather around together in the mornings and just discuss patient information, drug doses, and everything in that regard. And during the meantime, also the students and interns has a chance to learn and get some more information. Let me tell you about also my experience. It was my first time in a pediatrics department and I was a kind of anxious, as you can imagine. But luckily, the physicians there were really helpful. They answered every question that I had and they tried their best to teach me as they can. We discussed patient informations, their choice of treatments. I get to auscultate some patients' lung and heart sounds. And as you can imagine, those were little kids and I interacted with them. And I realized that interaction with a little kid is a lot different than textbook information. There was a kid who had autism and he also had a sore throat. He came to us. As you can imagine, he was crying, he was really irritable, he didn't want to interact with us. But then we gave him a sticker saying, "You're a superhero." Then there was a huge smile on his face. He was really happy. He let us do the examination and everything was fine. On another instance, another patient came and we thought he just had a heartburn and some reflux. But with the barium swallow test, we get to see that he had a difficult case of achalasia. So all these things you can only see in the hospital setting, not in a book, not anywhere else, and this is really important. Also, I'll start my surgery rotation soon, and I'm really hopeful and excited for it. And I'm already hearing the information from my colleagues, my fellow students. They're explaining how eloquent the surgeons work there, how they create almost like masterpieces in the OR room. And it's amazing, I get to have this experience. I get to be in the hospital because my dream is to become a surgeon, so that will be wonderful. All these things make me look forward to become a surgeon, to become a doctor, and become an excellent one. I believe that all of you guys want the same thing. So let's be great students, let's be great healthcare workers in the Poland and anywhere in the world. Thank you for listening.
Friends, we're continuing our live stream, and the next important issue we would like to touch upon is, of course, learning facilities. So far, our crew have been able to arrange here over 12,000 square meters of learning facilities. And as you can see, as you saw on the video which we showed you earlier about the facilities in main campus in Kyiv, we always create a comfortable and convenient and modern environment for our students and faculty members, and we are continuing doing it here. Next you will see the video of presented by Mr. Suraj, very dedicated student from India, who would like to share with you his in the form of video opinion about one of the facilities, study facilities that is used for for study purposes for KMU Polish Campus. So let's watch it.
Hello everyone, my name is Suraj. I'm a fourth year student of medicine faculty of this university, and today we are here at the KMU Polish Branch Campus at Bitom. So we can see this huge, magnificent, opulent building just behind me. So our university will organize all the offline classes here, and we have all the laboratories of the sterilization, radiology, and the simulation classes, and all the theory and practical classes will be organizing here. And now we will have a look inside. Okay, so now we are entering in our university. This is the inside view of the campus, and finally we have a very beautiful gym area where we can have some fun, maybe the football, basketball, and volleyball, badminton area here. This is the normal classroom where we will be having all the theory classes. You can see. So now we are moving towards the first floor. We have a lot of rooms here for the practical classes as well as for the theory classes, and the many workshops, laboratories. So guys, this is the laboratory for the nursing practice. All the students from the international as well as Ukrainians will practice here for all the nursing stuff. You can see how beautiful it is. Okay, so we can practice here for all the nursing stuffs. Guys, this is the laboratory for the radiology. Here we can learn the X-rays, CTs, MRIs, ultrasonographies, all the scans. So you can see here we have all the equipments for all the scans. Guys, this is the laboratory of the cosmetology where we will study the dermatology, and we can also practice some plastic surgery here. So you can see how beautiful this laboratory is. This is the sterilization laboratory where we can find all the equipments and some sutures and tapes also. So the students can practice here all the surgical things. This is the physiotherapy room, I think. So the students from the physiotherapy can easily practice here. This is the pediatric laboratory, I think, or the workshop for the child care. So we can see here the students from the pediatrics can practice easily.
So now we are in the simulation class where we are dissecting the heart today. You can see here.
Exactly parallel. Now it's better. Then I hold the tissue from this side. I go 5-6 centimeters away. Pass through. Hold it with my forceps. Free the needle holder. Pass away. Then again take parallel with needle holder. And continue symmetrically, trying to be symmetrical, and 5-6 millimeters in this edge as well.
I'm sure you enjoyed it. I did enjoy this video. Thanks to Mr. Suraj for his creative work. So the next topic, which is related, of course, to the functioning of each university, is accommodation. We always take a special attention to this area because students, of course, have to have not very expensive but quite good quality of accommodation, and here I would like to introduce you a small slideshow with the options of accommodation. So there are various options. We have as I mentioned, our own dormitories for which can accommodate simultaneously around 800 students. The quality would be the same and is the same as you can see on the photos. Those are options of also dormitories for 100, 200 beds, as well as small apartments. Of course, everyone is interested in the price. So the price is even cheaper than in Kyiv, Ukraine. So the price for one bed is ranging from $100 US dollars to $130, $150 maximum. So people are also having an opportunity to take an apartment if they wish to share it with their friends old friends or new friends with whom they would with whom they meet here, for example, in Poland. As well as our students are not only smart, bright and creative, but also very talented. I would like to invite our next speaker, a very talented student, Joseph from Nigeria.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone listening, students and parents. My name is Eda Joseph. I'm a fourth year medical student of KMU Medical University. I'm also a content creator and an entrepreneur. And today I'll be speaking about my general experience in Poland. The country of Poland has really presented itself as an opportunity for a new beginning for me. In so many ways. Arriving here, we were able to settle down in a really comfortable hostel, which was provided by the school in the city of Gliwice. Although it's considered as a small city, but we found out that this city is really comfortable. It was just like a day ago where a student was telling me how happy she was that a lot of the facilities are really close to the hostel, which we stay in. We have the bus station just in front of the hostel. We have the supermarket also really close to the hostel. And also we have the gym and a really lovely park that you can go to relax. Speaking about relaxation, a week or two after we settled down in Gliwice, the school which KMU Medical is partnering with organized a really lovely musical concert which they allowed everyone attend for free. I will tell you it was a really wonderful experience. We've really been enjoying the openness of the Polish citizens. We've enjoyed it in the hospitals. Sharing ideas with Polish medical students in the hospital has been one of the most interesting things for me to do. Also, we've also experienced it in social gatherings like sport activities. I myself am a lover of football, and we've really experienced the openness in football pitches, being able to play football. Also, I would like to really thank the school for the effort they've put in to bring not just this opportunity for us to continue our school, but making efforts to bring the foreign students and the Ukrainian students closer by organizing lots of barbecue meetings, which we really enjoyed. I also speak about my experience in the hospital. It was really interesting having to assist, not just attend, but assist in a surgery of inguinal hernia surgery and also some laparoscopy, cholecystectomy surgery. It was really a wonderful experience for me. Also, I'll be speaking about positivity in our minds. I'd like to encourage all of us that what we focus on really enlarges, and if we can try to focus on the positive things rather than the negative things, especially in situations like this, we would really have a better experience. Also, in terms of creativity, Poland has really presented itself as a country with a lot of beautiful places, which I have been able to explore myself as a photographer. I've visited different cities from Katowice and visited Bytom, and been able to take a lot of wonderful pictures, which you'll be seeing on the screen. We can see some models which are also students of KMU Medical University in these pictures, and we are really being able to settle down properly. Picture you see now is a really wonderful Sunday evening, which we went out with some indigenes, some Polish citizens, and we were able to take lots of pictures. This is the city of Gliwice, a really busy day, And lots of experiences like this have really brought me to say this was a really right choice for me to come to Poland and continue my studies. I really hope that if you decide to come, you really come with an open heart and with a positive mind, and you would really have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph, for sharing your experience. And as you can see, my friends who are watching us, that you're receiving information from the first hands, and that's very important. We are really happy when our students are happy with their social life, with their practicals in hospitals, with their accommodation. And what is the next, the most important probably area of the work within the university is, of course, the quality of educational process. So I would like to invite my colleague Alexander Poti, who is the quality assurance supervisor, not only for Kyiv Medical University, but also for the whole Medical Academic Consortium. And Medical Academic Consortium unites 3 educational institutions: Kyiv Medical University, Kharkiv Institute of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, Dnipro Institute of Medicine and Public Health, and MAC as the short version of Medical Academic Consortium not only unites those educational institutions, it unites lots of scientists, clinicians, doctors, educators from various regions of Ukraine. By doing this, we set the certain standards of educational process. And Alexander Poti is one of the persons responsible for this process. So let us welcome Alexander Poti.
Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be part of today's webinar, and let's talk a little bit about quality assurance of education and about quality of education in general. So I saw in our chat below this video a lot of questions about the degree you will obtain studying it in Polish campus of KMU, and what is the status of this campus. So I would like to outline in the very beginning that it is important to understand that KMU Polish Campus is an integral part of Kyiv Medical University. So all the high quality standards which we used to have at Kyiv Medical University are applicable to KMU Polish Campus. So all our students studying here will benefit of the same quality, high quality standards. About the degree you will get, a really important question also. So all students who will continue studying at KMU Polish Campus, whether they are KMU students now or they are going to transfer to the ongoing semester, will get the degree of Kyiv Medical University, Ukrainian degree. And as you know, Kyiv Medical University is recognized by all international boards starting from ESFMG, GMC, NMC, and etc. So your degree is guaranteed to be recognized worldwide. But let's talk about some specific advantages you have studying at Polish campus of Kyiv Medical University. First of all, it's safety. It is hard to imagine, but nowadays studying in the heart of Europe, in Kiev, might be temporarily but unsafe for you. Here, your safety is 100% guaranteed. The second one, as President mentioned already, is fully offline mode. We understand that students all around the world, and especially medical students, are sick and tired of this mixed mode of studies they had during COVID-19 pandemic. And here in Poland, we will have, and we have it already, 100% of classes in fully face-to-face format. So you will have all classes whether in classrooms or in hospitals. And it is also very important for the guaranteeing of your degree to be recognized in the future. And I hope everyone watched the Suraj's video about our facilities. It's only the part of our facilities here in Poland, and you saw how beautiful and sophisticated these facilities are. The third advantage that you will have at KMU Polish Campus, it is professors and educators who will teach you, because we see our mission to assemble here in Poland the best minds of Ukraine who are unfortunately had to flee from war to all countries of Europe and even further. So our mission is to gather all these bright minds in KMU Polish Campus and give them jobs in Ukrainian university, and then to let them rebuild the Ukrainian healthcare system along with our students who will be taught by them. So that's the main reasons and advantages why you should choose KMU Polish Campus this year to continue your studies. The second point I would like to talk about is admission procedure for KMU students and transfer students to continue studies at KMU Polish Campus. So if you let me, I will start from KMU students, so students who are currently studying at our university. So procedure for you consists of several steps and several prerequisites needed to be fulfilled. So two main prerequisites for you to be able to continue studies at KMU Polish Campus. First, you shouldn't have academic debt in your previous semester or semesters. And the second one, you should pay your tuition fees for the previous semester if you have some debt, and for the upcoming semester. That's all for prerequisites. The steps are the following. First, you need to fill out the application, which I'm sure was already provided to you by Dean's office, and send it back to Dean's office in scanned copy. Then the second one, you will be issued, if you fulfilled the prerequisites, you will be issued an official invitation letter from KMU Polish Campus, which will be used to get a student visa in Polish embassy in your country or nearby country if your country doesn't have a Polish embassy, and then you come here to Poland to start offline classes. I want to tell in the very beginning that we are going to start offline classes in Polish campus from the 1st of October, but for those students who for some reasons, for example, the visa process might take a little longer, we will talk about it a little later. So for those students who won't be able to come till before 1st of October, please don't worry, you won't lose a single hour of classes, you won't lose a single piece of knowledge. you will catch up with everything. So we understand the complexity of this process. But we are going to start classes from 1st of October offline for those students who will be here at that moment. And now the procedure and steps for the students who are willing to transfer to Kyiv Medical University and continue studies at KMU Polish Campus this year. So first, I'm sure that 99% of those who are watching us today had already done some steps, but I will go from the very beginning. So the first step is filling the Google form. You can find the link to this Google form below this stream, below this video. So if you didn't do it, please do it. After you filled in the form, our support team will reach you and send you an application form which you need to print out, sign, fill and send us back. And they will ask you to send your academic transcript, or in case you don't have it, we understand that now many students cannot have the academic transcript because their universities are currently not functioning to the full power, so some of you don't have academic transcript. So either academic transcript or at least scan copy of your credit book or extract from your training card from your results. So send it to our support team. They proceed this document to our selection committee, which evaluates the document, calculates the academic difference, and determine the year and semester to which you can be admitted to. After that, after we have this result, we issue an acceptance letter, official acceptance letter for you, indicating the year and semester which you are admitted to, along with invoice for tuition fees. After you proceed with the payment, you will be issued an official invitation letter, and then the procedure will look the same for our students and for transfer students. You go to Polish Embassy and get the student's visa. I want to emphasize that we provide full support in the visa process. We will guide you from the very start to the very beginning, so it won't be a problem. And moreover, in a couple of minutes I will invite our students to talk about this topic in detail. So basically, I would like to invite Suraj to talk about visa procedure as he experienced it on his own, because he came to summer clinical clerkship already with the visa.
Yes, Mr. Suraj is, you already seen him, and he is, as I said, he's very dedicated and he very eager to help to everyone who's still in the process at various stages of process of getting a visa, he has his own path, so he would like to share it with you guys.
Hello everyone, let me introduce myself first. My name is Suraj and I'm a fourth year medical student of Kyiv Medical University. And firstly, I would like to say thank you to the entire KMU team because they managed the offline study in Poland here. And I believe that this is the first Ukrainian university who managed to do this. Okay, so I got my visa very easily, so I would like to share all the steps one by one. Number one, as Alex told you that you shouldn't have your tuition fees debt. So the first step that you will have to pay your academic debt of the ongoing semester and also the previous semesters. The second step, after you will submit the tuition fees, you will get an invitation letter. Our university, every day they are generating hundreds of invitation letters and they are really working very hard to gather KMU team once again together here in Poland. Okay, so after that, you need to apply the visa through VFS. many students, I'm also getting a lot of calls and messages every day. What is VFS? So I would like to share something regarding VFS. VFS is a visa facilitation service. It's a global company which has tied up with a lot of countries. And right now, I think it has the connection in 143 countries across the 5 continents. So you can apply your appointment, and after this you will get a date, specific date, and on that date you will have to submit the documents. There is a checklist of the documents which is already mentioning on the website of VFS Global, but still I would like to mention some documents here, like the original invitation letter, an affidavit, which is basically a sponsorship letter, maybe your father, mother, or anyone from your home who is sponsoring your study or funds in Poland. It should be on a legal paper, like on stamp paper. The second thing, a 3 months bank statement, so which will be reflecting near about 5,000 USD balance in your account. So it will be better, you will have a better chance to get visa earlier. After that, the flight tickets and the travel insurance. And for travel insurance, make sure that it should have cover 30,000 euros. And after that, the bank statement, travel insurance, flight ticket, invitation letter, the visa application form. You can find the visa application form on the VFS Global website, and make sure that should be typed on computer, maybe in the Microsoft Office, because some students who filled by the hand, it's not accepted at the VFS. So make sure that it should be typed by your PC or laptop, whatever you use that time. Okay, so eventually, what will be the fees of this, all the procedure of the visa? So it varies from the country to country, but it will not exceed the 100 US dollar. So it will be fluctuate near 100 US dollar. Okay, so finally, when you will book your slot at the VFS website, you need to submit all the documents there, and the maximum limit of getting visa is the 14 calendar days. But I believe that you will get your visa maybe in 10 days, or some students are getting the visa in 8 days or 9 days also. I got mine in 1 week. So I think if you have fully prepared your documents, so the getting visa will be a cakewalk for you. So finally, thank you for everything that KMU team has done for us, and all the best. We will be waiting for you, and Slava Ukraina. Over to Alex.
So let us continue, Alexander.
Yeah, thank you very much for student Suraj for such a detailed explanation, and now I hope everyone is not afraid of visa process. And guys, I see that we got plenty of questions, messages below our stream, and we would like to, we will try to address as many of these questions as we can. So one of the important questions and the most frequent one is how long will the visa process take? We want to share our reality now. It is really surprisingly even for us, but this year we got so many applications. To be precise, it's around 5,000 applications. So it takes quite more time that we predicted to proceed all these applications, to select students, and subsequently to issue invitation letters, and then you get a visa. Because I also see that there are a lot of questions from those students who already got acceptance letter, and they're asking like when we are going to get our invitation. So the answer is the following: due to enormous, really large number of applications, we are still in process of selection of students, because as we were informed by Polish embassies in various countries, they asked us to to submit our students for visas together from each country. So we cannot issue invitations like one by one. We will issue it all together after the selection procedure for all applicants is done. But as I mentioned before, when we were talking about quality assurance, please don't worry. For every student, you won't miss any single academic hour of your education. And the second issue, which we have, is with our students, and Mr. President will describe this situation that we have with our students, and we also want to address some of your friends who are listening to us today to reach your friends studying at KMU.
As Alexander mentioned, that this process, what the team of KMU is doing, is really complex, and it takes it can consist of various small tasks, but each small task requires, of course, time, determination, and then we built the big, the most important task is made of those small tasks, but we depend on each of those small tasks. So basically, everyone knows that issuing a visa is, especially the visa to EU, is quite kind of not easy process, but it requires some believeness in it, and that's it, and just some short time, as you and some time, of course, as you heard some of the responses from people who already got visas. They got visas in a little different way that most of you will get. You will get already direct visas for studying in for a study visa. Those students who came now, unfortunately, I believe most of those ones who are watching this stream missed this clinical clerkship this summer. So students who are already here, of course, for them it will be not a problem to change a status as a student, but for those ones who are located in their home countries or somewhere else in the world, of course that's not an easy question, but there is nothing hard about it as well, just let me assure you. It requires as I mentioned, a little time to wait, and based on our communication, this process of relocation, as I mentioned, is created by small tasks. So one of the communication we had is Ministry of Foreign Affairs, various migration offices within Poland, and we got, and of course embassies within countries where you're located, and of course the main response or the main conclusion we got and response from those organizations is to considering the high demand in applying to Polish to get a Polish visa, there is a big waiting time, but there is an opportunity to avoid this waiting time, and this opportunity is the following. Alexander briefly mentioned about it. So now we are collecting all the information about the students, transfer students who are transferring to Kyiv Medical University. We assign a contract. We are providing acceptance letter. Of course, there is some other steps that should be fulfilled. Then we would form a group of students, like for example, one group of students from Morocco. Like 10-15 students, we form them. We send a request to Polish embassy in Marrakesh, and they admit you not in electronic queue, but separately. The same as with other citizens of other countries, Nigeria, India, Ghana. We will form groups, and you will have a package submission of application forms. So this way you will very promptly get your visa. Also, what other question which has to be considered in all this process? As you can see, we are fully transparent and at all stages of the processes. So there is a group of students from our university, from Kyiv Medical University, and this group is quite large. It's 220 something students who are not responding to any of the attempts to contact them by the dean office, by the financial department. They are not responding to anyone. And these 220 students they also have academic debt. As most of you probably know, that we had a certain deadline for those students to fulfill their obligations in front of the university, and this date was 15th of August is the last day when they need to appear somehow, they need to respond that they will continue their studies and so on. At the moment, still 220 contacts without response. That's not normal. Of course, there is a war going on in Ukraine, but it's going on in Ukraine, and for us it is strange and hard to predict the newly coming semester. So I would like to ask those ones who are watching and who knows some of your classmates, some of your peer mates, to ask them to get to respond to the dean office, or to somehow signalize now to us what is going on and what are their plans. Dear prospective students of Kyiv Medical University, we who are eager to transfer, and as we mentioned, there are 5,000 students from various parts of Ukraine have applied to the program at KMU Polish Campus. They are students of pharmaceutical, dental, medical faculties, and we are all open to provide here for you safe and qualitative education, but please be patient, because we are doing something that no one is doing, and it is always hard to be the first in this process. We just need to wait several things. First, in 3-4 days we will know exactly what is going on with those students, Kyiv Medical University students. If they do not get back to us, we will have to expel them. That gives a space and new seats for transfer students. Because we have to do it in very centralized way, and we will guide you at each stage of the process. That requires some time. So the second what we will do is we will create groups of students who will be applying at certain embassy, at certain country. So when you fulfill with all the requirements which Alexander mentioned and which you will be able to see in links which are written below this live stream, you will be attached to this group and you will be notified, if there is a need, of course, when you have an interview in the embassy. What we know from the past, that sometimes students do not even go to the interview. So we will see how it goes, but for sure we are looking forward to see you, as well as another important step that I forgot to mention. Of course, guys, there is a selection process. It is medical university, dental university, and pharmaceutical university. And we have different programs, and of course there is a certain criteria, selection criteria, which is ruled or governed by the orders of Ministry of Education of Ukraine. And of course there is a certain criteria which is provided by the Ministry of Education of Poland. So now we are working in accordance with legislation of two countries. So that is why it also takes time. But do not worry, very soon we will have you will have your visas, and you will be able, parallel with the time you're getting the visa, you will be able to attend online classes. And now already lots of students who have already fulfilled the criteria of transfer students, they are already attached to the groups and attending lectures. And from the 1st of September they will be able to also attend lectures or classes if there is a need or if they have a desire. But we will start the new semester here in Poland from 1st of October. If you will be able to make it here to Poland prior to 1st of October, we will try to arrange for you access to hospital, as lots of students already have during the summer. We will try to make an exception and also to attach you to some hospitals. Lots of exciting things, interesting things are waiting for you here. The leading professors, leading hospitals, really nice sport facilities, accommodation, and your new stage in your future, in your career as a future doctor.
Okay, thank you very much for such a detailed answer. So I have several more questions which are grouped. So also very frequent question: why only one university got shifted to Poland, so arranged some process in Poland, why other university did not do that.
We will not respond to this question.
Yeah.
I guess that's,
that's
their own, everyone's own choice. We are we care about. We only can talk about our community.
Yeah. So a lot of questions about degree. So I will repeat it once again. All students graduating from Kyiv Medical University, whether Kyiv campus or Polish campus, will get Ukrainian state diploma, Kyiv Medical University diploma, which is recognized by all international medical boards, ESFMG, NMC, etc. So your degree is safe. Another important question which we have also, do we have sport facilities here, and like what are opportunities for leisure for students? So we would like to share that we have a lot of sports facilities here at our dormitories, at our learning study campuses. So you will have opportunity to play a variety of sports, from ping pong to cricket to football, volleyball, basketball, whatever you want here for free at our facilities. And regarding the leisure, it is also very important to understand that we are located in Silesia, which is really picturesque place in Poland, which has a lot of old cities, a lot of coal mines, and many more sites which are worth visiting, and even I believe 2 sites which are included in a UNESCO heritage list. So you won't be bored here for sure, a part of studies. Another question which we have is about 6-year students. So students who are transferring to the 6th year to Polish campus, how are they going to be trained?
Can I respond
Yes,
to this
please.
one, please? As a medical doctor and as a person who have been in the educational field for ages, I would like to emphasize that Kyiv Medical University always pays a special attention to bedside teaching. Here in Silesia we already have signed 20 agreements which became with hospitals, and those hospitals became affiliated to our university. Those hospitals are multi-specialized healthcare facilities, psychiatry, oncology, geriatrics, physiotherapy, pediatrics, and so on. The list can continue and continue. Also, we are attracting the leading doctors, teachers from Ukraine, who will take care of the clinical part of our students, of teaching of our students. Of big concern for students for starting from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th years, if we're talking about medical faculty, that's when the clinical cycle starts of the whole period of education, those students, if we are talking about 6-year students, so on 6th year students have only clinical subject. They have repetition of their educational components, clinical educational components. So it will be arranged for students of 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Educational process will be, and specially, well, I should not say specially because it would be arranged for each of the year of study. It would be arranged in hospitals with leading specialists, with actually one of them you would be able to attend her lecture in online format. Professor Olga Bogomolets, she's dermato-oncologist, and she's going to give an open lecture for our students on 22nd of August. So everyone who is participating in this live stream and your friends are more than welcome to join this lecture. That is the only one example of the professors who are going to be involved here in KMU Polish campus. So, of course, only offline teaching, only access to hospitals will make sure, only because of that, having this, you as future doctors will be able to recognize your diploma in your home country or in any other countries, because having full access to offline teaching is the main requirement of ECFMG, Educational Commission of Foreign Medical Graduate Schools, World Director of Medical Schools, various medical boards of various countries, India, Nigeria. That's the first requirement, offline teaching. That is provided here and in KMU Polish campus.
Thank you very much. Another question that we have a lot of times is will the educational curriculum will be the same in Ukraine and Polish in Ukraine and Poland? So again, KMU Polish campus is integral part of Kyiv Medical University, and we will study here according to the same standards and the same educational study program. Of course, there will be a little difference in some educational components. For example, for students studying here, we will have Polish language lessons, and our students who are doing clinical practice this summer already have Polish lesson classes. So there will be some little difference, but 99% will be the same, whether in Kyiv campus or KMU Polish campus. What else? Living costs. A lot of questions about living costs in Poland, in Silesia, and we want to tell that luckily here in Poland the living cost is not higher than in Kyiv, Ukraine, and prices for some particular groceries, for some particular things are even lower than in Kyiv. For example, as President mentioned, the housing cost is a little lower than in Kyiv. So please don't be afraid. Of course, it's European Union, it's Europe, but here in Poland, there is such a great balance between the quality of life and the level of social services, the level of infrastructure, and the affordability of life.
So basically, I believe $50 US per 1 week for less. So you can plan accordingly your arrival here.
So I'm looking through the questions. A lot of questions about the fees and how and when you should pay it. So as I outlined in the algorithm, the tuition fees for both our KMU students and transfer students should be paid before getting the invitation letter via bank transfer to university account. in accordance with the invoice that you either already issued or will be issued soon by an accounting department, and it will be delivered to you by our support team who are working with you in regards to transfer, if we're talking about transfer students. Do we have all necessary labs in the Polish campus? I believe maybe this question came before we shared the video of Suraj, and I want to emphasize this is only the part of facilities that we have here in Poland, and you already saw like around 7 labs. So yes, we do have all necessary laboratories, which is necessary for the first 3 years of studies, and after that we have more than 20 signed agreements with hospitals which are ready to host you for clinical subjects and clinical clerkships in vacation period. I really encourage you to join our Telegram channel KMU Times. Link I have attached below this video. Please join this channel and you will see it on your own eyes. All the laboratories, clinical clerkship facilities and so on.
Also, the future of medical education is of course simulation equipment, and of course you have access to the newest simulation equipment which is located also in newly created Center for Simulation Training and Assessment. Their training in this center is an integral part of educational process where students can learn the skills of catheterization to reanimation of patients. So hundreds of various simulation scenarios and access to the newest simulation equipment is also for your availability.
Thank you very much. Also, very popular question about residence permit and your status while studying at KMU Polish Campus. So we already did this procedure to the students who came for summer clinical clerkship, and we will do it for all our students. So immediately after you arrive to Poland with the Polish visa, we assemble students to groups, gather students, and we go to migration service like you did in Ukraine, and we submit the applications for you to get temporary residence permit in Poland based on your student status, and you will get some analog of Ukrainian posvitka, but in Poland. So that will be your status. So everything we are working only in the legal field, of course, of Poland and Ukraine. So you will have temporary residence permit based on your student status.
Yeah, that's really important question about the status, and you will be treated as a student, as international student in Poland, as students from any other universities in Poland.
Okay, so another question. KMU Polish Campus, is it like a temporary thing or permanent thing? Is it for the long term? So the answer is it is for forever indefinite term, because it's not a temporary measure. We want our students to be integrated into European medical community, into European medical system, because we as a university have chosen this path long time ago, and now we are the example of direct integration to European educational system and healthcare system. So the KMU Polish Campus will stay forever as Kyiv Medical University.
And that's additional value to the educational service you are getting. Of course, the victory will be soon in Ukraine, and after the victory, we would have opportunity to have academic mobility, academic rotation between two countries, and between main campus and Polish campus, mobility between faculty members, between students, between Polish and Ukrainian teachers. So that's a really first example of Euro integration of educational institution into European scientific and educational environment. So I believe we have lots of questions, but it would be probably hard, not hard, but it will take long time to answer them. As you all know, our support team is working 24/7 in making this process come true, and please act fast, because we need very soon, and we're talking about days or week to figure out with the contingent of students who are going to be relocated or who are going to move here to Poland. So please act fast. There is a special screening selection process. There is a selection committee, as I mentioned already. So please provide what is required for this selection committee, and shortly you would receive a response from them. So for those students who are transferring to our university, so we are looking forward to welcome you here, and you can be a part of KMU community, and you can be we will make you a healthcare worker of the new generation. So just we are waiting as well, of course, our students, and I would like to wish to all of you to believe in what you are doing, to believe in dream, to become a healthcare worker, a doctor, and this dream will come true. So the same as the team of KMU is doing. So we believe and we act and we do and we have result. So looking forward to see you soon.
Have a nice evening, guys. Bye bye.